I reported to boarding school for the first time. For the first time, you guys, for the first time, 1 week before the other kids. I'm telling you guys, by the time we were closing for the first time, like for the first midterm, before we even went for the first midterm, I could not alter any Kiswahili word.
Promise that you never be lonely. Be the fam, that's what they call me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lynette Nkesene here. Hi, and welcome to the family. Yeah, this is green. I just wanted you to see because I think it looks like blue on the camera, but then when I contrast with my nails, then you can see that's green. Yeah, so I was doing another video. I was doing my makeup, as I tell you guys, a story of which I don't think I've gotten the message out there. So I wanna redo, but I'm still doing my makeup, so you're gonna be watching me do my makeup as I tell you a story, of which it's so hard for me to multitask. I don't know why. I'm like pausing for a long time before I realize, oh, it has told. Anyway, so let's see if it's gonna work out. So I don't think I'm going to tell the story that I told in the previous video because I don't think it's this interesting. Okay, I'm not sure. Let me just think because I can't even think. Yeah, so let me just tell you why, or the reason as to why I reported to boarding school for the first time, you guys, for the first time 1 week before the other kids. Let me tell you the reason kwanza. I was big-headed, I was kichwa ngumu, nilikuwa manga, nikiwa mdogo. Yeah, so I'm gonna be telling you why I reported to boarding school 1 week before the others. So I had everything. Okay, I actually went and did the interview and passed and got accepted to that school. It was in Embu, Sacred Heart King. Maybe you may know it, we may have heard of it, but that school was the best. Anyway, so when I reported to school, when I was accepted, I had like 2 weeks before I joined the school, before like we start learning. Yeah, so this fateful day, everything has been bought, the box, the blankets, the sheets, everything is ready. I'm just waiting for the day for reporting. And so on this particular weekend, I'm with my grandparents, and my grandma sent me, that time we were living just in Nairobi. Actually, they were not up country at least. We were just living around. So my grandma sent me, and I was like, with that attitude of, so you get it, kwani, what's the big deal? Or send someone else, you know, like the way you can react, and then it's like the person gets the message, oh, hutaki kuchungwa. That was me. That's when I said nilikuwa manga, nilikuwa kakichwa nguvu. So my grandfather was just there, and like he saw the reaction. Mpaka ile ninatoa sauti na you see. So he saw the reaction, and he was like, since he's the one who took me for the interview, actually, he was like, he had the school's number. So he did not even say anything, nothing. He just took his phone, dialed the school number, and called. Hello, blah, 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 blah. Can someone report to school earlier, or there's a problem? And guess what? Joke's on you. The joke is on you. I was expecting a big no from that. And guess what? The secretary was there. Yeah, there is no problem. If you want her to report earlier, she can come. So I was like, what the heck? Is this a joke? Ama tu ni kutishiwa na tishiwa. Mind you, it was not a joke, nasikuwa na tishiwa. I mean, walikuwa shachoka, guy. So, I was told immediately after amemaliza kuongea na simu, akaniambia, on Monday you're going to school, and I was supposed to go to school the next Monday, the next one. So 1 week before. And I was like, what? I couldn't even argue because I knew what I had done. You know? He acted immediately, so I knew what I had done. I couldn't even argue. Yeah. My dear, I wasn't that mad because I was anxious to go to a boarding school where you get to have your own personal things, you have your box, you have your everything, you know. So I was just okay. Monday came and I reported to school. I don't know what's happening in the focus of the camera. Monday came and I reported to school. I was taken to school. with my mom and our family friend. Huh? Was I taken? I can't even remember who took me, but my mom was among them. Yeah, because I'm confusing now the day that I reported to secondary school and the day that I reported to primary school. Yeah, so I reported on that same Monday. I traveled and I reported to school. Okay, when I arrived, all the students or all the pupils rather, because it was in a primary school, all the pupils were in a meeting. They were electing prefects. So I got admitted immediately. Like, the matron was called. She checked my stuff, if I had everything, so that if I did not have everything, my parents could buy for me just before they leave, so that I cannot suffer and stuff. Yeah, the process was done. I joined the meeting, the meeting in the DH. They had the meeting in the D hall where they were choosing the prefects for that year. Yeah, so I can't multitask, you guys. After the meeting, I was supposed to go to the matron, take my clothes to her so that they can go and be marked, because the tailor was still in school. Like, everything was there, so that if newcomers come, you just give your matron the name, a tag which has your name, so that you can take it to the tailor, and then the tailor sees your name on the uniform, so that if they are stolen, you can still find them. So I did that immediately because I did not want to lose my clothes and then end up suffering. Mind you, nobody told me that boarding kuna panga na wizi, so I was just new. I'm just so new, I'm just so innocent, and I was so tiny. I got my height when I went to secondary school, because when I finished my class 8, I was actually 12 years, and even there was that Karuma Ati, if you're not how many years and above, you can't do your KCP, you'll have to repeat. I was among those people who were shaken because I was 12 years when I was doing the class 8. Yeah, so I took my clothes. I was so small, I was like a baby. Yeah, so I took my clothes. They were marked. I was given back after supper, so I had clothes to wear the next day, because once you report, you wear the first set of uniform that you've been given. The first half day, that was like a half day. Now my first day of school, we used to be woken up with an electric bell. So the matron would come and ring the electric bell. Those of you who can't use, that's when I learned actually I was asthmatic. I was asthmatic when I was that small, because I think of the cold weather. That's where I got, okay, that's not where I got my asthma from, but that's where it kind of showed up, and I started using an inhaler. But now I don't use it because I'm all good, thanks to God. Yeah, so guy, how do my eyes look like? I look like a raccoon. Let me try adding some glitters and see if I'm gonna change. Guy, oh my god. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, my first day of school, we used to be woken up with an electric bell. So the matron would come, ring the bell, and then those of us who can't use cold water, you have to rush for the hot water in the kitchen. You make a queue, and then you rush for hot water in the morning, and then you mix the hot water with cold water. Yeah, so that it can be enough, because it wasn't, oh my god, I don't know what's happening with the focus today. It wasn't a generous amount of hot water, so you had to actually either mix it, over-mix it, so that it can be enough, or something like that. Yeah, so I woke up very enthusiastic, took my small kasuku. We used to report with a 2 kg kasuku, a really tiny one, and then a bucket. So we used to go for the hot water with the small kasuku. Yeah, so I woke up really enthusiastic. Have you ever seen someone who is enthusiastic? That was me. I was sleeping on the upper bed. I've always liked to sleep on the upper bed. So my new slippers, took them, threw them down. I'm giving the vivid description. Threw them down, pa! They slapped the floor like, and then I jumped. Shoo! Little did I know that a few hours later I'll be crying. I went for the hot water, came, took a shower, and then I had a friend called Zelda. I took a shower, and then yeah, after that we went for the morning preps. After the morning prep, we used to take our cups to the DH so that they can be served. Okay, you can get breakfast, and then after breakfast, okay, when the breakfast is being served, you can do something. You can either like polish your shoes if you are that kind of person who did not polish the shoes the previous night. You can brush, you can wash your uniform and stuff like that. So Zelda and I decided to wash our uniform when we are being served porridge. And then like since it was porridge in the morning, she told me okay, when we were washing clothes, we did not even do much. Like maybe we washed the blouse only, we did not do much. So she told me, let's go for breakfast because our cups will be stolen in the DH. And I said, okay, because I don't know anything, let's go and then we can come back. Let's go and then we can come back. Let's go and then we can come back. Breakfast, when we were in the DH, we kind of got lost, as in we lost each other. I couldn't see her anymore, and I said, maybe she has already gone to wash her clothes. Let me also go and wash my clothes. When I got there, I was shocked. Ever been shocked? What? Guy, oh my god, I was so shocked. Do you know why? When I got there, I couldn't find my, just a minute, I don't know about the focus at that point, but I don't think it was okay. But I couldn't find my buckets, I couldn't find anything. Remember, I had soaked my clothes in that bucket. My soap dish was also there inside because I didn't want to leave anything anywhere, like I owned the place. So I put everything in just my bucket and covered it very nicely, very put together. And when I came back, Zelda was not there. So the shock is that I couldn't see anything of mine. I could only see the bucket of Zelda and her clothes. So I even opened her bucket to check if maybe somebody was in need of the bucket and just put my clothes in that other bucket. You know? Jokes on me. So after like 2-3 minutes of discovering that I don't, guy, oh god, I don't know what's wrong with the focus of this camera. Aki inanibo for real. Napenduka tu kidogo hivi kurudi ni dark. Anyway, so, and I don't know how to adjust. If you know, just comment on the comment section. So I'm like, oh nah. So I'm like, Zelda, situliacha nguo zetu hapa. Okay, situliacha buckets hapa. Ako like, And then she's like, nini kwani hupati yako? And then I'm like, mimi nimerudi sahi na siipati. Nimerudi sahi na siipati. And she's like, labda mtu mwingine amechukua. Abu tafute hapa tuone kama tutapata. So we looked around the place. There's nothing. So I released her to go and wash her clothes because now it's now up to me to find my clothes. Every man for himself, God for us. So time was actually not on my side. So I did not manage to like get the uniform. Yeah, I couldn't do that when I'm not talking. When I'm talking. So I let her, I couldn't find the uniform. I just had to go to class to attend my classes. But I was so stressed. I was like, now what will I even do? You know, what will I do? But then I think I had a friend. I actually had a friend called Ashley. God, Aki, it is so hot. I don't know what's happening. Aki, it is hot. I'm just so hot. I'm feeling so hot. I had a friend called Ashley. So she lended me a blouse and a tunic. Yeah, we used to call it tunic because it did not have hands, and you had to wear a blouse and then the tunic up so that it can look like a dress. It was so beautiful. I loved that uniform. Yeah, so she lended me a blouse and a tunic, and at least I had some clothes to wear and to change into when I washed others. Even though I had some uniform to change into, I did not like stop looking for my uniforms because I knew anytime, any day, the owner might ask for them. So I was like, I'm still looking. When I get like, if we have like a short break, I go to the hanging lines, check the hanging lines if maybe the person who had stolen my clothes have hung them, you know. So I was lucky enough to find them a couple of days. Okay, not a couple of days actually. Where the clothes were old. The blouse had collar because I had worn it only once. It was no longer hard color. It was like almost now becoming ragged, you know, like it is that old. So I don't know, I think I found it after a couple of weeks, and I was so happy because hey, at least I have my clothes back. Yeah, so now fast forward to a week. I've already spent a week in school, and my day one was already ruined because somebody somewhere was eyeing my uniform and they stole it. Yeah, so fast forward to after a week now, when the other people are reporting, the other newcomers are reporting, and yeah, when they were reporting, it was different from what I experienced, because you know, I reported at a random date, just like that. Nimekuja tu, nimekam na mbaba, nimekuja tu. So it was a bit different because the student, they were given time after they had been checked, they had everything, they were given time with their parents. They sat on the upper field. We used to have an upper field and a lower field. The upper field was slightly elevated, like we had like a whole field that was, it was just beautiful. So they were given some time with their parents. They sat on the upper field, they were talking, and then like that day we did not read, we did not have classes, so we were told to sit at the class 8 classes. We were to sit with class 8. Oh my god, you guys, I can't multitask. So we were seated with it. When you are in a class 8 class, you can see the upper field very well. So I was looking at the mirror, at the window, and then I was like, if I only listened to what my grandma was sending me, if I only like paid attention, if I did not like react the way I reacted when I was being sent, I could be seated there like right now with my parents. I would be having my own set of uniform, because I did not find my uniform like that same week. Okay, I did not find my uniform after a week. Like I said, the uniform was already like old. It was like nearly dead. So I did not find I was like, I would have been with my uniform. I would not be suffering if I just listened, because of being kichwa ngumu, you see. So I was like, oh, the regrets, I wish I knew, you know. I wish I knew. That was me. Now I was just enjoying those class 5s and some of class 6 who are seated there with their parents. I was feeling so bad, you guys. I was feeling so bad. The focus. I was feeling so bad. I was like, what? But at least I got used to it. Okay, let me not even go there, because I was so homesick. I used to cry every single night. We are preps. We are having the night prep. But I remember my parents. I remember home. I remember my guy. Oh my God, I used to cry. And then I had this kafani friend who was even tinier than me. She was called Jackie. Now she used to tell me, oh, usileta mimi nilikuwa hivyo, nini. Ati sasa ukisikia homesick, we used to have another book. I don't know, was it New Progressive English? I don't think it was New Progressive. There was another one other than New Progressive English that had like snacks, a picture of snacks, biscuits, cakes, juice, everything. Now she used to tell me, you take this book, you look at it, and then you behave as though you are eating it. It was so childish, but I think because she explained herself to me, like she made it familiar, that okay, she made me understand that she's familiar with the situation. It kind of worked, but I think it's again mentality, because she used to tell me, behave as though you are eating. Then like, if this is the book and this is the picture, you take like the biscuit, you do. That was childish. I know it was so childish, but it used to work. At least I used to get rid of the homesick, because it was so bad. I used to cry. No, you are crying because you miss your parents. You are crying because you have been stolen for uniform. Guy, I went through hell. But boarding schools are good. You don't get distracted. You just have your time. Okay, my space is almost running out. You have time to read and all that kind of stuff. It was just okay, but that was something else. Yeah, I did not tell you something, guys. I don't know why I was so like allergic to the food in the school. every single night after I take supper like this, I used to like puke, like I used to have this nausea feeling, and like it normally used to happen like during discussion time. You had like night prep from what time? I think it was from 8 to 9, 8 to 9:30, because we used to we used to sleep at 9:15, so 8 to 9 was group discussion. Guy, I don't know why I was so allergic. I used to like vomit everything. I know, just after I eat, I will stay for some time, and then like I vomit everything. So even the teacher was like, when you go home, tell your mom to take you to the hospital so that you can get checked, so that you can know what the problem is. And I was like, yeah, I will. But I don't know how I forgot. But after that, when I reported the second term, I think I had already gotten used to the food, because that wasn't happening. But you guys, just imagine the first day of school, you barely know anyone, so that at Adinato Kibio you can get someone to lend you clothes, and everything has been stolen. Like it wasn't like something I would wish upon anyone. Anyway, it's like I'm done telling my story, and I've not finished doing my makeup. I clearly can't multitask. Sasa sijui mtaendelea kuwatch nikifanya makeup ama ni aje. Or I've not finished the story. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, acha niendelea. Let me continue, but this is not like a part of why. Okay, I've already told you the main story. That's the main story, and I'm telling you guys, by the time we were closing for the first time, like for the first midterm, before we even went for the first midterm, I could not alter any Kiswahili word. Guy, even when we were playing like outside, when I came back home, and then like my friends were like around, they have still not gone to boarding, and we are playing, which game was that? Hide and seek. We were playing hide and seek, and then I'm like, gosh, you have tapped me. Ha! Guy, oh my god. They were like, we are sorry, ulienda boarding. Saying English too. Guy, I'm telling you, that school I'm saying it was good because it was actually good. Hey, we used to have a motto, and I'm telling you, by the time I what is it called? I was given the motto, I stayed with it like 2 days straight. 2 days. You are trying to find someone who speaks in Kiswahili. You're not getting a person, because by that time people are already used to speaking in English. Sasa wewe uko na motto. Now you wear it and then hide it under your sweater. Actually, I was seen as if I'm suffering, but it actually helped me. And then if you wear that motto even once, the class teacher will call you a certain day and like beat you. Now it's like punish you, so that you can't speak in Kiswahili again. Because if you just wear the motto only, it's like you just do it for the sake, Okay, I was beaten that day until I vowed never to speak in Kiswahili again. So people used to tell, okay, after that Nini has ended, like after the school had become like a normal school now, like you just speak whatever you want. People are telling me, guy, there was a time you could not even speak in Kiswahili, because like what that thing, it was so fierce, because I'd never experienced such a thing from the school that I was in. I had never experienced that. So, and then like the way I had stayed with the motto for like 2 days straight, you're not getting someone to give the motto. It was just something else. I was speaking in English. My parents were so happy, by the way. Oh my god, they were so happy. They were like, wow, this is the shule tunataka. These are the schools we want, Anyway, guys, it's like I've finished my story. I've exhausted my story. I don't have anything else to say, unless you just want to watch me do my makeup. You can watch me. I clearly can't multitask. I clearly cannot multitask, because all the time that I was pausing explaining to you the story, I would have been doing something. So it's so clear that I can't multitask. But look at the eyes. and I don't have them lashes on. What if I place my lashes? What if? And then look at how that foundation has blended in so perfectly. I'm in love with me. There's nothing I wouldn't do. Catch a bullet for me, as long as you love me too. Oh, as long as I love me too. I'm in love with you. Eh? See, he comes. Do. I'm feeling this hot, and I don't have lashes. Hold up. So that would be it from me today, guys. Let me see you on my next video. Till next time, bye.